Yes, sir. So to start our session. So previous class we are talking about on-premise to Azure pipeline concept, right? We'll do it now. The next item. Then please get ready with your observation notes. We start now. Please get ready with some observation notes. We'll start our session. Well, so here it is. Previous class we are talking about the concept of understanding on-premise to Azure through copy data tool, right? To copy data tool, we got the concept. Today, let's understand something called a data flow, mainly transformation. Until yesterday's class, we're only focusing on extract and load. Today, let's concentrate from today on transformations like join, aggregate, like group by, or conditional split, etc. Let's understand one important activity, data flow activity. What are the other activities we have? Do you remember? Last week theory part into your emails. What are the other activities we have? Do you remember? Come on, I'll copy data activity. Exactly. There's something called copy data activity. Now data flow activity. What other activities we have? Do you remember? Just want to see where these. Fine. Thought of actually giving some FAQs. Shall I? Did you refer to the notes completely till date? 4th chapter notes even last week, last class. Data flow and Power Query activity. Both activities depend on Spark cluster. Let's understand data flow mainly for ETL operations. Okay, purpose of data flow mainly for ETL operation. Here you go. Back to our actual node. See here, to extract data, do transformations, like for example, conditionally split the data, and then finally load it to appropriate sink. Sink means destination, right? You remember? Sink means destination.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Let's get started now. Previous classes we had basic pipeline wizard, copy data tool wizard. Today we'll understand. Today and next few classes we'll understand about this kind of drag and drop, more easier, simplified package activity. Okay, or for simplified pipeline activities. Let's see carefully. As you see on the screen, it is E, then T, then L, right? ETL activity. Let's understand with a small example. You would be receiving one sales data file today. Your requirement, use ADF and conditionally split the data. Okay, so here is your CSV file. country, company, month, sale 1, 2, 3. Okay. Country, company, month, sale 1, sale 2, sale 3. You would like to split the data based on country. All India data should go to one table in the destination. An SQL pool or SQL database, any destination. All India rows should go to one destination. Same way, for example, let me just scroll down. You have something called Germany. All Germany data should be loaded to another destination, another table. United States data should go to third table in the destination. Okay, 3 countries in this sales data Excel or sales data CS. So what we do? Let's first load this CSV data into a container. Remember, day for yesterday's class, we had 2 containers, right? You remember?
Sir, while we are creating storage accounts.
Yes.
A storage account. Yes. You can reuse those containers. In fact, we reused them yesterday, right? Remember? We reused them yesterday for the
Yes, sir.
purpose of storage.
Yes, sir. Polybase.
Yes, I'm just reusing the storage accounts again. I'll upload the file. I'll mail you the sales data file. Upload it. This is your input. Okay. So our requirement. Let's read the input file. Let's read the input file through data factory. We'll go for questions after some time. Let's observe carefully. So for what we did, this is the first input. Our requirement to conditionally split the data. So firstly, upload the file to an existing container. Your data factory resource is ready. Something called transform data. Previously we have ingest. Now transform data. Click on transform data. Click on transform data. Okay, next. Once we click on transform data, then we get this interface, this particular interface. Earlier wizard, now a more simplified version. Click on add source, this one. Click on add source. Click on add source. And then next item. Click on plus new. Okay, click on plus new. Next. Yes, your input is blob storage. Continue. Okay, next step. Select CSV file, this one. Select CSV file and click continue. New linked service. It's a new file. So we use existing linked service or a brand new linked service. Either of them. Give the storage account. Test connection. Click create this one. Click create. Okay, next. Once you create, click on the file path, select container. Click OK. First row as header. Click OK like this. First row as header. Click OK. Okay, next. Okay, this is information. From this source, what's our requirement? We need to conditionally split the data, right? So what we do? Go to data flow debug. We require a preview. To verify our transformations, we need a preview. So data flow debug. This auto creates one Apache Spark cluster. Switch on data flow debug. Remember, main purpose for preview. This data flow debug is mainly for preview. Preview of data preview. Click OK. One cluster will be ready. Takes 30 seconds to 1 minute. A cluster will be ready. Main purpose is data preview. Please wait while the debug session starts. Then only we can have the preview. Debug session started. Cluster is ready. So refresh. Click on refresh. Well, so your source is ready. What's our requirement? Conditionally split the data. Okay. So click on plus symbol. Conditionally split data. So click on conditional split. And you see small arrow mark here, right? Full screen mode, this one. Click on full screen mode. By default, you will see only two boxes. Conditional split, else case. This is the default else case. Non-match data. From source, go to conditional split. Here, stream name. I'll say, for example, India sales. Condition, expression builder. This one, expression builder. Country, double equal to this one, double equal to. In double quotes, we need to mention the text. The country equal to India. Save and finish. That is for India data, to filter India rows. Plus symbol. The other one is for non-match data, else case. Now, plus symbol. And same way, one more plus symbol. Here I'll make it as Germany sales. This would be United States. Say something like this. Next. Here, click on expression. Click on expression. Country double equal to Germany. And save and finish. You can simply copy the condition, paste it, and apply the correct text. United States, like this. None of these values match. Then you would like to make it as all other rows. Okay, observe carefully. Okay, with this information, we are able to get the condition. Now click on data preview. Click on data preview. Okay, next. Click on data preview, refresh. We started the data upload debug, right, to verify the transformation output. Go to data preview, refresh. This is the India sales data. Drop down Germany. Let's wait. Okay, here you see all Germany data in this way. Next. With this information, yes, we are able to verify the data, right? From here, we can give it to the sync. How? You see a small plus symbol, right? This one. Click on plus symbol. SINK sync means destination. Click on sync. And here we can specify data set plus new. Default it is regular data set. Next classes we have 3 more options. Here you see 2. There is 1 more. Total 3 more options we need to learn. Total 4 options. 4 types of syncs. Data set inline cache and something else called workspace DB. Right now we are taking sync type as data set. Click on new. Either SQL pool, I mean Synapse SQL Analytics or Azure SQL database, any one thing you select. All India sales would go to one sync, means one particular destination. Select the table, so select the database, first server, then database. Give your username and password. Okay, give username, password. Test connection. Here we go. Click on create this one. Click on create. Okay, just click on create like this. Here I'll go for a new table. Create table. TBL India sales. Okay, give some name like this. Click OK in this way. Next. Same way I'll go for other one, Germany, plus symbol. Plus symbol. Germany sales. Once again, I'll say sync. This one sync. Now, down you will see data set, right? This one. Plus data set. Azure SQL database. You already have a linked service, so we can reuse it. Select linked service. Okay, next. For example, create table. TBL say like this. Okay, next. Okay, next. Click on OK, like okay. This way, I'll continue one more. Say plus symbol, right? And down sync plus new data set and Azure SQL database. Maybe same or a different linked service, anything. Let's reuse the linked service here, create table. If I use the same table, what happens? Data gets appended. If I use same table, for example, Germany and US should be the same table. Then something like this. Table Germany, whatever. Table data gets appended. For existing table, data gets appended. So what we are doing here, we are gathering data from a source, extracting data from a source and splitting the data, cleaning the data. So you don't want to care about the other rows, all other rows, say null values, empty values for country. You just want to leave them. No load. Sync is not mandatory here. Remember, out of all these transformation conditions, at least one sync is mandatory. Sync is not mandatory for all streams. Each of these condition box is called a stream. Remember, technically we call it stream. So source stream to multiple conditional split streams to sync stream. Your data flow is ready. What we did? From home page, how you get the screen? From home page, click on transform data. Then once you click on transform data, what happens? We get one empty data flow from here. Add source, define linked service, define data, define conditional script, and then define the sinks. Well, your data flow is ready. It's not enough. Data flow has to be triggered for execution. Right, here it is. For triggering the execution, this data flow should be inside a pipeline. So plus pipeline or home page, back to home page. What we did earlier classes, yesterday and previous classes, ingest.
Just.
Today, transform data. Now there is something called orchestrate, right? Let's see. Simple. Click on orchestrate. Click on orchestrate, it will automatically create a new pipeline. Inside pipeline, we need to drag and drop data. Pipeline is like a package. Data flow is for defining the ETL environment, the ETL journey workflow. Now drag and drop data flow into pipeline. Next. Previous classes we have DIU, right? For execution, we have something called DIU. Do you remember? Data Integration Unit.
Sure.
Yes.
Sir.
Well, let's continue. Previous classes, we have concept of DIU, Data Integration Unit. Now, here, let's understand. Settings, no DIU. Instead, there is something called as a Spark cluster core. There are two compute types. Right now, it is general purpose. Next example, in next 2-3 classes, we have something called Power Query. In Power Query, we go for memory optimized. For now, general purpose. Core count, we have to specify the number of cores. More cores, better. More cost. Can handle more data. No concept of polybase. Reason. Polybase is an in-memory technique for identifying unique values, defining column store index. Those two properties are automatically integrated in the Spark cluster. No additional polybase is involved. Next, staging. It is optional. Usually for bigger data, we make use of staging. For faster transformation. Think properties. Remember, run in parallel like max concurrent executions. Do you remember this? Max concurrent executions. Number of executions at a time. Yes, we learned it right earlier classes. That max concurrent executions is taken as run in parallel here. If it is DIU, you specify the number of executions limit. Here, once you check run in parallel, unlimited execution. That is the power of Spark cluster. and any error, say continue. For example, how many sinks are there in our example today? 3 sinks, right? One for India, one for Germany, one for USA. What if Germany fails? Your pipeline can still execute for the remaining part of your data flow if you check this box. This flexibility is missing in copy data tool. Flexibility continue after sync error. Copy data tool always loads data to a single destination. Remember, one source, one destination for copy data tool. If it is data flow, no DIU, no limitation of single source, single destination. In today's class, it's about multiple destinations. Next example, multiple sources. We'll do something called join activities. Multiple sources, we do join. Multiple sources joining together. Then load the data. No limit. Any number of sources, any number of destinations. Polybase is integrated, so lesser cost. There are more number of differences. We'll understand them after we take good number of transformations. At initial stage, we need to learn data flow. It's all about Spark cluster for execution. No DIU, no polybase. Multiple sources, multiple destinations. What next? Your data flow is ready. Pipeline is ready. Now validate. Make sure validation is completed without any errors. Then finally publish. Click publish. What are the 6? One pipeline, 4 data sets, 1 data flow. Why 4 data sets? Yes,
Because data
one
sets are
source.
not auto-saved.
4 sinks.
Linked services are auto-saved, whereas the data sets are not auto-saved.
That is okay.
There are
But
3 sinks and 1 source.
Sir, one,
Exactly,
3
you're right,
sinks
yes.
and 1 source.
Exactly, 3 sinks and 1 source. Correct. So 4. Click publish. Now, where to verify the linked service? Yes, remember previous classes. Where to verify the linked service?
Integration services.
Manage, right? Remember manage.
So click on
Manage.
manage
Integration
Linked service. Yes.
linked services.
Here you see 1 and 3. What are 1 and 3 now? Data sets. Are we getting it? 1 data set
Yes, sir.
for first linked
So,
service. Yeah, 3 data sets for second linked service. Total 4 data sets involved. Where to verify the data sets? There. Okay, pencil button. There. There is something called factory resources. Here are the data sets. Okay. Now, what we did? We got data flow. Then drag and drop data flow inside the pipeline. Next, validate all. Here, validate means validate only pipeline. Validate all means all resources, pipeline, data sets, data flow. Later examples, Power Query. Everything gets validated. Yesterday's class and previous class we learned how to schedule the pipeline. Right? Day for yesterday's schedule. Yesterday's schedule is tumbling window. That is copy data activity. What if you manually created the pipeline? How to schedule it? Here it is. Add trigger. New edit. This one. Observe carefully. Click on new edit in this way. Next. Click on trigger. Drop down plus new, just like creating a new linked service or a new data set. Here, new trigger. Click on trigger. I'll say for now 6-hour trigger. Okay, assume something like this, 6-hour trigger. You would like to run this trigger every 6 hours. Okay, something like this. Starting from today, every 6 hours. Start trigger on creation means enable trigger. Okay. Well, what we did, I created the trigger, right? No parameters right now. And click OK. We did two things here. Number one, we created the trigger. Number two, we linked the trigger to the pipeline. You see a small briefcase symbol here, one, right? Click. Observe carefully. What I said? Two things. Number one, a global trigger got created. Auto-published. Trigger will be auto-published. Remember that, okay? It's auto-published. Started. Related one. Automatically there. Additionally, the trigger is linked to the pipeline, right? That has to be published. It's like this. You got a schedule with you. The schedule has to be linked to a job. SQL. Similarly, trigger is ready. Trigger has to be linked to the pipeline. Publish. Click publish and click publish here. Once we publish, the pipeline gets auto executed every 6 hours as usual. It is still publishing. Okay, once it is published, that number one will be vanished. You may ask me a question. If pipeline level trigger is getting published, why one is showing in the briefcase symbol? Reason, we are publishing the dependencies. Dependencies tracked in manage button trigger here. This particular item is getting published. Linked services, IR, trigger, auto publish. The relation to pipeline, we need to publish manually. All manage buttons auto publish. All pipeline button resources manual publish. Are we getting it, please? I'll wait. Yes. Yes. I'll wait for some time.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Fine. So what we learned now today? Number one, data flow. Right. Number one, data flow. And how to link data flow to pipeline, or how to drag and drop. Include data flow to pipeline. Same data flow, we can create another pipeline. This one, new pipeline. Again, we can drag and drop data flow, reuse it. They're all resources, reusable components. The left side entities are resources. Those are all reusable components. You practice these items carefully today. And let's have a friendly mock test as we planned yesterday. Now let's have it. On the previous classes, just for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'll be composing an email and sending you. Let's have a small friendly mock test. Okay. And questions on the screen. You are a data engineer. You're asked to extract data from an on-premise SQL database, yesterday's class. You installed self-hosted IR, tested connections, created linked service. During pipeline execution, the data flow source is there, right? The actual source linked service running forever. What are your next steps? Remaining items, I'll mail it anyway. Start your answers on chat. Start your answers on chat. Remaining questions, leave it. You will get it on email. No problem. I'll do it. Start your answers on chat. Start. I'll wait. Start. On chat. Now, in the meantime, let's go for questions. I'll wait for some time. Please start your answers. I'll wait. Thank you. It has been responsive. Others, please speak. I'll wait. Please. I'm sending you 2 levels of FAQ. I'm giving you a clue. You have to do something from SQL. Because on-premise SQL database, right? It's a source problem, not ADF problem. Okay? It is a source problem, not ADF problem. Quick answer on chat. You need to get the FAQs as appropriate. I'll mail you either 1 or 2 files of FAQs. We'll see. Please, I request you. Please, let's involve. Let's learn. Please. You get these kind of scenarios. You need to face them at our job test. Please. Quick. I'll wait. Sunil, SSMS service. Something new. There is nothing called SSMS service, brother. Please. There is nothing called SSMS service. SSMS is a tool. It's not an application. It's not a server to own a service. No. If your interviewer is an SQL server guy, then lock us and screw us like anything if they hear such words. Because they might love the technology, right? If someone loves the technology because they gave them more than what they dreamt in their life, then seeing any wrong or bad answer may hurt them. Please be extra careful. Really. I don't know whether devotees will be there in a temple or not, but there are technical, die-hard devotees sometimes in the interview panel. Really, please understand. Please understand my concept. I love my subject. Then what it means, you got to point out, right? Your sentiment will get hurt. Really, sentiment will hurt. SSMS is a tool. Okay, remember that. SSMS is a tool. Like a browser. Just like a browser, nothing else. Can connect to any website using a browser. Here you can connect to any server using this tool. Wonderful tool. Fine. Shall I give my answer or are you still thinking, friends? Please let me know. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Please give your answers.
I'll give clue or answer. Tell me, friends. Your way. Tell me.
Clue, sir.
I think it's
Clue, sir.
open transaction.
Clue, sir.
Sure. Sure, friends. I'll wait anyway. Clue. Okay. Please try now. Clue. There might be open transaction at the source. Yes, it can be an OLTP system, right? Why I said OLTP? Because it's SQL database, right? SQL database is OLTP. Can be. Not really mandatory, but can be OLTP because here is a clue. OLTP means real-time data. So ongoing operations, open transactions, that's the clue.
Whether we have to log the table.
No. Log the table again. What about other transactions? You got a point now. Then they get affected, right? No,
Configuration manager in the on-premises thing, it shows the most of the errors, right?
Subhasiv, I think you are learning too much here. Not that much required here. No. Ground level is important. Come on, pick. I'll wait. I gave the clue already. Open transaction. So what we do? Remember, our solution should not impact remaining transactions or remaining users, right? My query is blocking. How I can lock my entire table? No, multi-user environment. Think of.
With no lock?
With no lock.
Exactly. No lock. But there is something more beyond no lock. No lock is a whole thing. Really. Old stuff.
That
Really. What else?
That isolation.
We can set, but if you are having a session level, like you have SSMS, then you can set the isolation level. But yesterday's class, there is no option for us to set an isolation level, right? You remember? We got option to select the tables or write the query, isn't it? But yes, it can be one of the possible options playing with the isolation level. If it is isolation level, which one you want to set? Can be a question in our interview. Practical problems we need to think about. Someone said isolation level. Yes, you can, but which isolation level you want to put?
Read past, the basic one, where we get dirty data.
The read past is not an isolation level, it's a login, but correct answer. Yes. Right? Isolation level means snapshot. Snapshot isolation, read past, both are doing same thing. Better to always go for a cheaper rather than a costly affair. Always. Read past login is a better option. Let me show you what I mean. Just in case. Please revise SQL Server, Transact SQL concepts, okay? In your data engineering course curriculum for the weekend. Of course, we are meeting tomorrow as usual. For the weekend, if possible, from your data engineering course content, you got module 1, right? Basics. Please go through line by line. We need it. We need all these for the next classes next week. We need to practice marks. Tomorrow we are going to practice row number in data factory. We are going to do it. We are going to add a column, ETL date. We are going to add it.
Okay.
Later classes, my answer to the question today, query blocking, read past blocks. And I was mentioning last week, there are 14 different tuning options. Not 14. Now it became 17. Really. Microsoft added 3 more things very recently. I came to know about it for the weekend. I don't know when they were added. Okay. But I came to know about them while reading the Microsoft Docs. By searching for something, I came across these things. It is now 17, the count increased. To understand them, we need to be aware of these options. Whatever you have in the course curriculum, prerequisites, please go through them carefully. Okay. I was talking about read fast, right? Let me show you. For example, practice this way, okay? Practice this way. For example, I'll take this one. I'll just take a small practice file and show you how read fast can be helping us to address logging problems, long running query, forever running query problems. Let me show you. Isolation means snapshot, or it can be read fast logging. Few participants responded on chat no log. It is fine, but no log has 30 reads. Remember, bad data. There is an open transaction, 2 rows affected. Now I have open transaction. Auto commit 2 rows. Auto commit 2 rows. Just one more row added. Just one more row added. I'll show you in SSMS, you do it in data factory. I'll show you in SSMS, you do it in data factory for the next step. Here it is. Select from table. You try this way today if you have time. After the class, if you have time, at the source you have an open transaction, okay? Go to data factory, create a linked service to the required server, database, and table. Create the data set. Now, try to proceed with the data preview. You will see the data running forever. Keeps on running and running. This is the actual question. It's executing, right, forever. So, answer. What is the answer there? Cancel the query. Then answer is with. Some people said no log, fine. But if we say no log, here it is. If we say no log, what's the problem? That is uncommitted data. Read past previous committed data only. Getting it, everyone, please? Are we understanding now? Read past login.
Yes, sir.
Oracle, MySQL, Sybase, Snowflake, Postgres, everywhere, no log. Superhit. Microsoft has its own way of doing things. Please. Microsoft is always something special. They know how to copy from others and add their own masala to it to make it more tasty. Really, it's a fact. Right from keyboard to mouse to laptop to even Xbox, everywhere. I'm not listing HTC. HTC mobile anyway. Stop for today. Please go through all the items as is. During weekend, please practice the SQL basics. Tomorrow we are going to apply few of them in our exam. Hope you received the mail, everyone. Please confirm. I'll wait.
Yes, sir, I got the email, sir.
Yes.
You send the email of the screenshots as well so that I can use it as a reference if I got it.
No, sir. My bad. I actually missed it, in sending the screenshots actually today. Yes, you're getting it every day, but I missed out. I'm sending it now. Please.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
And
Thanks
one
for
more
reminding.
question. You asked us to upload the CSV file to the containers, right? So can we upload that CSV file to any of the storage containers like a big
Yeah,
project?
regular or ADLS. I got it.
Okay.
Anything you
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, well. Yes, ma'am. Sorry for the spam. I'm sending the second mail today with the screenshots. I missed out. I was thinking more about your answers and the response rate on the chat, and that triggered me to miss the screenshots. I am sending it now. Okay.
Yesterday also you have not made the thing.
Oh, yesterday, what is that? On-premise, right? Is it on-premise environment?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, I missed it yesterday.
Yes, sir, you did not send the screenshot yesterday.
Missed it. Okay, fine. I missed it. Please wait. Just wait. Then I will send yesterday and today together. Okay, I'm sending it right now.
Think you didn't take any screenshots for yesterday class if I'm not wrong, sir.
Already taken it. It's already there. Email sent. Please check it back. Practice screenshots, but yesterday and today, and I'm not pretty sure if I mailed you the source database or not for yesterday's class. So I have sent it today. Source database. I think it's already sent to you earlier, right? Source database. I think last week, first example, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you have sent us source
Yeah,
data.
just in case I have sent that information once again, just now, just in case. Total 3 attachments. Second mail. Please check it. I'll wait. Please check it.
Sir, I have question for today.
Tell me, please. Yes.
So we use here the tool to generate the source and the sink, everything. So can we use the query there instead of the table?
Yes, we are going to use it in the next class. Is called parameterized query. Yes, we can. We'll do. Yes.
And sir, one more question. We are creating the sink table for each source. I mean, based on condition, not for each source, based on condition. So if we don't create the sink table, can it automatically create? Is there any option in the data flow?
Oh no, no, that's option to auto create a sink for each condition value. No, no such option is something. We have option to auto create columns, but no option to auto create tables based on the column values. No option as of.
Thank you, sir.
Well, yeah. Yes, friends, got the email, everyone. Yesterday's screenshots, today's screenshots with source.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. I got the email.
3 at time.
One question. So when we say publish, that is like save, or if we don't click on publish, whatever we did, that will not be saved. And if we do something wrong, how to undo that?
Well, undo we can do control Z, but yes, when we say publish, it is saved. It is saved to. Saved to where?
ADF storage. Storage.
No. Don't say ADF store. Remember ADF store?
Yes, sir.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4. Number 2.
Like a repository. So
Exactly. Just like a repository. We have control Z options anyway. But yes, ADF store. Don't say storage because again storage means storage account. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Storage,
ADF.
storage account. Yeah, that comes later. But next week we'll see how to store the pipelines in the storage account. That is also there. I'll show you. That is different. Here it is ADF.
Thank you, sir.
Fine. Thank you, friends. Please practice.
Actually, one quick question.
FAQs, can I expect you to submit before tomorrow, please? Will you try? I gave 2 FAQs.
Yes, sir.
Yes, if the transaction SQL script is not included in the email,
Which transaction skills? Which one?
the one that you showed, you are showing the transaction, open transaction causing the thing, the client side of hanging, they're running forever.
It's a small open transaction. You're aware of it. It's a prerequisite. That's why I'm asking you to revise those things. Revise. You have to revise.
Good.
I'm just giving the answer to the question. Yep. Yes, friends. So everyone, please submit your FAQs, okay? Because next level FAQs depends on your submissions. Please. You want more, you will submit. You want more, you will submit. Please. Please understand.
So can I have one more question?
Tell me, please.
Yeah. So typically in the ETL environments, say for example, with the Databricks, we had Python code or the Scala code. Then we do the unit testing also on the notebook, right? And then say for example, we compare the input data frame expected one, right? So how is that done with the data factory? So is there anything like, how do you say for example there is a transformation done? When you automate it, right, through the pipeline and how do that process work?
Using DevOps. Azure DevOps is there. Right? Last week I was showing you when creating the data factory, you have to integrate DevOps. So you have to get
one pipeline for dev, one for test or UAT, and one for the actual production for CI/CD activities. Yes. Within data flow, there is no option separately for test or prod environments. That's the reason they are asking for the Azure DevOps account. Mandatory. Yes. Next question, Salini.
Sir, I have a question, sir, from yesterday's class.
Please tell me.
Sir, yesterday, like when we built that pipeline to load the data from on-premise to the Azure SQL pool, and when I did that and ran the triggered the pipeline, it was showing me that the data is going only to the storage account and not to the pool. So I don't know why it was doing that, or how do I like debug why it's not completing. It says it succeeded, but it's showing that it's in the storage.
What the destination you used? We use SQL pool destination, right?
Yes, sir. I use
So what-
it SQL pool destination and then check that staging.
Staging is not to see any data after the pipeline execution. Staging is temporary. Okay, stage is temporary. You have to verify the data on the destination site.
So how do I go back and check if I put my destination as blob storage or SQL pool, sir?
You have to go to pipeline, click on pipeline, and there you see on copy data activity. You click on copy data activity, you see source and sync. Two things down. Yeah. Whatever pipeline that is auto created in response to your copy data tool, go to that pipeline, you'll see copy data activity, source and sync.
I see activities move and okay, under that. Do I need to drag that copy data?
It's already there, right? So you have to click on the pipeline, whatever pipeline is auto created, click on that pipeline. Then you see one copy data activity automatically.
I see like a for each loop thing, sir.
Exactly. Inside for each loop, you'll see data, copy data. You see.
Oh, okay. Sync.
Sync. There you have to change it to correct, right?
Okay, so here I should change it to my
whatever table you wanted. There you can say new and create a new link.
got it. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, our previous few examples, we are using a upload a file, right? So that is a manual process. So what exactly happened in a real scenarios, like, or is it, or it is a different model totally?
You have to upload a file manually, and later classes will see how to break the file through parameters or multiple times. Parameterized connection.
Okay. Okay, because in real scenario also it will comes in a blob storage, right? From another destination.
Mostly blob, but not always mandatory.
Okay.
Sometimes through a PySpark code also, it depends.
Okay, and it might be possible that each and every time file name will be different, right?
Yes, exactly. File can be different.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
You'll see dynamic connections, parameterized connections. Fine. Please practice all the
Okay,
items.
thanks.
Get ready for the next. Thank you. Great to complete
Also-
the assignment.
Yeah, sure.
Welcome.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Sir, one more question, sir. Sorry, I just got this question. So is so we created two storage accounts, right, sir? One is the normal and the other one is the Azure Lake or the Gen 2 one, ADLS Gen 2. So how do I know which one is which? Like when I go to all resources, two storage accounts look the same.
Properties you'll see. go to, you have to click on storage account and go to properties. Overview page. There you see the properties. You can compare. One says ADLS sent to enabled, it says. One of. Click on each storage account, compare the properties side by side. You see one of them has ADLS sent to enabled. Means it is ADLS.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thank you, sir. And so we have to click on that to check it. And
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because both are storage accounts, right? So you have to check them manually.
Got it. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So yeah, I have shared one mail related to the previous FAQ answers. So if possible, please share me the correct answer so I can validate from my end.
Surely I'll do.
Thank you so much, Sai.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Bye. Complete all your FAQs and get ready for tomorrow's class.
Sure. Thank you.